warms my heart to know it and hear it. You should have seen when I saw it. I said, oh, okay. We out here in these AI streets now. We definitely out here in these streets. And we need to be so we don't miss the boat, the wagon, the none of it because the world is moving into place. I heard I don't know, it was a Russell Brunson. It was one of them gurus, Grant Cardone, one of them. They said more millionaires and trillionaires will be created using AI. And they're not lying, y'all. They're not lying. They got AI singers with record deals. I saw this one and I was like, oh, that song is so nice. And so I listened to it, but then I looked at how the video looked and I'm like, this person don't look real. And so I go and I Google it and it says this creator it will you will never see their face. This is an AI creation with over 200 million streams, something crazy like that. And then what else it said? It was just all this stuff. The songs were all empowering and all everything, but I don't know how I feel about this because there's so many real artists that their voices and likenesses are being stolen this way. And I don't think I'm feeling it. So I'm not jumping on that bandwagon with the AI folk, with the AI singers using people's voices and all that. I'm not with that part. When I listened to um I heard Kalani and Cardi B talking about it. Like these folks work hard to write. They work really hard to go on tour. They do all that. You now gave a record deal to something that's inanimate that could never go on tour. Like what we gonna watch? A hologram? Like what? So I'm not feeling the AI singers and all that. Like that's not where we going. But I digress. Thank you, Lynn. I thought that was really wonderful and great. I'll find a way to bring it back to the top of the chat so that people can see it who didn't see it. But I have our cards, and the first card says, "My income is constantly increasing. I begin now today to open myself to ever increasing prosperity." And the second one says, "I am a magnet for money. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. I think big and then I allow myself to accept even more good from life." So, as you are thinking bigger, you also have to accept and allow life to give you what it can give you. I was in here yesterday and just still unpacking. Yeah. Unpacking. Oh, my daughter is great. She said, "Mom, I'm not letting them people bamboozle me. I'm all right." So she was there, got checked out. Though by the time she got there, her blood pressure was down. They watched the baby for an hour. He was fine. They watched her for 2 hours. She was fine. And then they sent her home. But she knew what not to allow them to do. Because I said, "Girl, you know you look like dollar signs when you walk up in there, right?" I said, "Once they start picking and poking, it's over with." She said, this is her exact words: "Mom, I did not come here to get bamboozled." I said, "Okay, now, clock that T. Let me not be concerned, honey. Let me just go about my business." Because I was about to, pack up and be on the way.
Baby Rose is a product of you, Darlena.
We call her Baby Rose 2.0, right?
That is you. That baby. We watched her go from what she was to being a little Darlaina Rose. That's why we call her Baby Rose.
There's some videos out there of the days when she jumped on my well-being Wednesday call. And the one that sticks out in my mind was we were talking about sunscreen and how bad the sunscreen was for you. And she said, "Yeah, you got to get sunbum. Sunbum is the only one that don't have such a." And so she was like, "All of them are good, but the best one is the one that come in the white can." I said, "Okay, well you come tell them." So there's some video somewhere out there in La La Land of her hopping in my car and telling people that. But yeah, she listen. It everything that she has purchased for her child, like the type of fabrics that's gonna be touching her child's skin. I remember she told me, she said, "Can you go to Walmart because they have this brand or whatever it's marked down. So can you go to your Walmart because it wasn't that many at my Walmart. So you can go to yours and see if you could pick it up for me." The clothes was the little pants was like this big and regular price was like $21 and they was marked down to 7. I said, "Well, how many you need me to get?" She was like, "Can you get like 5 and 5?" Honey, this baby ain't even gonna be able to wear all this. What are you talking about? But all like real cotton, real blends, real, like stuff. Like I'm looking at this baby's closet saying to myself,
Granny did it. Granny did it. She taught her baby. She the baby, so she got all of it, like all of your wisdom that had
that,
matriculated into you. She got all of it. So the
that's
babies is the one they on the end, they get it. And like because of the broad spectrum of ages in your children, like baby Rose still look like a teenager. She still look like a little girl with a
listen,
baby bump. And it's like
she's not playing.
she she got it all. So she is the reason we started looking at the Yuka app because
Mhm.
she started shopping with it. And then I remember when she jumped on us, she's like, "Have y'all been on Yuka?" I was like, "We like what?
What is yucca? Listen,
What is
and
Yuka?"
we've been on it ever since. And she really is like me to the 25th power. Like she literally like everything in her house, everything that she purchases, it is very, very intentional. And she's the one who gave me the shopping list of the stores who allow the appeal. Um, uh, what is this? What is it? It's some kind of pesticide that they allow that you can't wash off that's inside the food. So she gave me and I asked her for the list like 3 times. She was like, "Mom, the link is in the thing. Like I sent it to you." So I go on it, and it's the one that says Walmart allows it on anything that is not Walmart brand. So we don't buy produce from Walmart. Target allows it on everything. So we don't buy produce from Target. Um, Publix does not allow it at all. So Publix is the only market that's completely safe. Kroger allows it. Aldi says we will neither confirm nor deny, which means they probably do. So it's a list of these supermarkets that allow this stuff. So we don't want to add these forever chemicals and things like that to our bodies that incite because we all have cells that can go crazy in our bodies if they are activated by bad things. So if you are eating like what is it, glyco something fate, which is some kind of pesticide, it could activate a rogue cell and turn that cell into cancer, and then it does what it does. So we want to be mindful of the things that we are putting in our bodies, all of it, because just because it's produce doesn't mean it's good produce. They even have fake ginger. Me and Maya was out, and I said, "Don't this ginger look funny?" She said, "Girl, that ginger is not real. I don't even know. It looked like slime almost. I ain't never seen no ginger look like that." I said, "Mm-hmm," and we gonna leave it right here. Right.
As you know, they have that genetically modified stuff, and you
Mhm.
can tell it because, like, I bought a pack of chicken out of um a store from my hometown, and I got home and fried it up. It was this was some years ago, and it looked so good, Darlene. I'm talking about it was all golden and crispy. Darlene, I bit into that chicken. It tasted like I was biting into a Tupperware bowl. I
Not a
was like, wait a minute. I threw all of it away. I went somewhere else and bought chicken somewhere else. I was like, something ain't right about this chicken. And I cooked some chicken the other day on the truck. I put it in the air fryer. Half of the chicken was tender and half of it was not. And it was just a little small pack. I was like, now hold up. Hold up on the chicken now. Golly,
well,
y'all.
first of all, this is the thing about chicken. You have to be so mindful about chicken because in the US, the last time I reviewed the statistics, the statistics said that we are consuming 1 million birds per hour.
You know, I used to pick up chickens from the factory, darling. That
Mhm.
changed my life. You know, for a while I didn't even eat chicken no more. After I started working, when I worked for the company that picked up food, and
Mhm.
I started seeing where their food was coming from, I walked in that warehouse and seen them what they was doing to them chickens. I
Mhm.
was like, one day I literally pulled up to a chicken farm, and this ain't to gross nobody out, but they had big boxes of chicken just sitting outside. They was in big plastic bags. It was like the leg quarters. This
Mhm.
why I don't buy leg quarters right now. You couldn't get me to buy
Let's
a
try that.
leg
Let's
quarter.
try. Just a cheap.
Like, like that
Let's
ain't no way.
I got
Leg quarters just sitting out. They was just sitting outside in the heat, Darlena.
it. I believe
They
it.
talking about they was frozen.
That's why you gotta bless your food, pray to God, do all the
I'm
things
so
that
girl,
we
please the
and
blood.
be mindful of what it is that you are allowing. Elena said, "I knew I was smart for getting it from Publix. Publix is one of the more expensive places, but now you know they allowing some stuff, but not everything, and they're not allowing it in their produce. But I did see that they had." And it was only one time, so they must have tested it. It didn't work out well, so I haven't seen it again. But it was some kind of mock meat. So I think it was that 3D whatever, and it was there, but it wasn't that it was so much cheaper. So shelf, and they never brought it back in. So just be mindful. This is the day and age that we living in, and they are creating all kinds of things to in our food supply to create all kinds of problems for us. So it is important that you are just mindful. Don't panic. Just be mindful and pay attention to labels and things that you may not have noticed before. Like I noticed on some of the fish now, it doesn't say wild caught, but it has this BAP sticker on it, and that just means sustainably sourced. I don't want it. I don't know what that means. Thank you for letting me know that, but it's still not wild caught. That means it's still farm raised. It's still got all the things that they do to it, but it's sustainably sourced. So we still going to leave that on the shelf. That's what we going to do with that. So let me jump into our 5 minutes of gratitude. It starts with the words by Barry Neil Kaufman. Gratitude is one of the sweetest shortcuts to finding peace of mind and happiness inside. No matter what is going on outside of us, there's always something we could be grateful for. It says, fill in the four blanks, a sight, sound, or feeling that reminds me why life is so amazing. One way my life is better now than I've ever expected it to be. A challenging experience that helped me grow into a better version of myself. someone I get to spend time with today. And the affirmation says, I choose to be grateful because I love how being grateful makes me feel. And let's see, I filled this out May 9th, 2024. And under a sight, sound, or feeling, I wrote hearing sound bowls taps us in. I love it, especially with Diamond King. And if y'all haven't had a sound bath with Diamond King, I don't even know what to tell you. That girl, oh my God. And the second one say one way life is better. It says I'm living in Atlanta, building a nonprofit and the Healing House of Roses. And a challenging experience, having congestive heart failure and being on the other side of it. And it says someone I get to spend time with today. It says Nona Carey. Nona Carey shooting her show. I don't know what that means, Nona Carey, but it means something. There we go. So let me jump into our deep breath of life, um, daily inspiration for heart centered living, because we are people living from our hearts. And it starts with the words, as I say, Nona Carey show, shooting her show. It says, in your face productions. Hey, Gigi, in your face productions. It says, if you do not change direction, you may end up where you are headed. If you don't change directions, you may end up where you're headed. Oriental proverb. So there's Oriental proverbs, there's African proverbs, and there's Hindu proverbs. Where are these proverbs located? Somebody tell me where the proverbs are, because it seems like it's a whole bunch of them.
There's Turkish proverbs, there's Persian proverbs,
Of
just
course
about
you,
all
of course you would know. And where are they? Is there a book? Is there a website?
our books. They
Oh,
are books.
okay, okay, good to know.
Their societies have been around so much
Of
longer than
course, of course.
than us. So like the United States is a baby. Like this wasn't even a real country. This was a place where they brought people to that was not real. This is not a real place. Okay.
And so it said, "That's loud." I remarked to the massage therapy as a tight muscle on my back popped audibly when she worked it. Yes, she answered. Resistance is loud. When we fight the flow of life, the universe lets us know in a big way. Drama, emergencies, healthy surprises, health or relationship crisis, changes beyond our control, and physical and emotional pain all serve to get our attention. When we are asleep to what is happening in and around us, in your face productions will arrange a wake up call to get us out of a rut and back on track. Usually, such attention getters are not gentle or pleasant, and they bring a fair amount of discomfort. The good news is that a temporary period of pain or inconvenience is a small price to pay compared to a lifetime of unconscious, self defeating behavior. Hey, Jeremiah. We can minimize or avoid the angst in your face productions in two ways. First, we can develop our intuition so that we become aware of our own lessons in their early stages rather than waiting until they mount to a huge crisis. If you pay attention to the little red brakes, the warning light on your car dashboard, you can avoid full out brake failure. Spirit usually whispers to us before a potential crash. Through prayer and meditation, you can sensitize yourself to hear important messages before they are played out in the physical world. The second way to lighten the brunt of a wake up call is to bless them when they happen. Rather than fight life or adapt the victim position, look for the gift in the experience. Imagine that the universe is conspiring not to hurt you, but to free you. An attitude of appreciation rather than resentment will soften and transform otherwise difficult lessons. I can agree with that. Doing, doing. We do not have to live by emergency. As we become more attuned to the voice of love, we can guide, not stumble through life. Help me hear your voice at the subtlest level and act on my inner wisdom. I hear the guidance of love and proceed from the truth that keeps me whole. Mm, I hear the guidance of love and proceed from the truth that keeps me whole. Mhm. Every time something is happening, you can kind of, if you step back a little bit, you can kind of look and see what's really going on. And you can decide which way to go. You could decide that I'm going to go all the way left because they going left, or I could go all the way low because they going low, or I could decide it ain't even worth it. Do you know one of my mentors? She taught me. She said, "You know, Darlaina, silence is way more powerful than anything." Because I used to be the type that if you send me a crazy message, I'm gonna send you one back. And if you send me a crazy message that's 17 paragraphs long, I'm gonna send you one back that's 21 paragraphs long. Right? Y'all know those messages you gotta do like this, and then the whole time you reading it, you like, what? I what? Uh-uh. And then you go. Thumbs going, or you and you going. And when she taught me that, I'm thinking to myself, ooh, 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 ooh. And then when you don't respond, they'll keep going for a minute. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And you might look down, but you ain't reading it. Have at it. Do what you do. Baby, they don't know what you thinking. They don't know what you saying. They have no idea how their words have impacted you. And all you doing is saying, yep, they going there, but I'm not. So have at it, do what you do, and I'm gonna be over here when you calm down. Or no. You might have done that and gotten whole blocked and deleted. One of my friends changed her phone number recently, like somewhere around the top of the year, and she said she put a post on Facebook, and she said, "If you try to call me, and you didn't get through, you won't." It's over with. It's over with for you. Like, could you imagine that? Like, you're like, oh, phone number not working. What that's about? Why ain't phone number not working? Baby, that whole identification and learning that you was one of the toxic people in somebody's life and they done blocked and deleted you until you grow up. We might better revisit this when you grow up in about 6 years. But right now, you have been voted off the island. Until you get yourself together. Mm-mm. Yes, yes. We don't necessarily make announcements either. You just won't get through. Like I'm not changing my phone numbers, but I have learned how to block. Hmm. And I know how to block.
Girl, what I say, be blocked and be blessed. That's I'm not gonna say nothing, but when you got if you can't get through to me on my connections that you had to me, because one thing One thing I know about, I had a pastor who got mad at me for leaving Birmingham. First of all, I lived in the first 48, y'all. Birmingham, Alabama. If you ever watched the first 48, the projects that they're always in, I lived there. Okay. One of them. It's three of them that they always in talking about stuff. Well, I lived in the one they call Gate City. Gate City was terrible, but God kept us safe. Like I left my apartment for probably 2 months. Nobody bothered that apartment because that's how covered we were.
Mhm.
But the area still was not safe. My first week living there, it was a shootout, and my daughter was there by herself. I went to church, and my daughter was like, "Mom, I had to hit the floor." I was like, "Oh God, oh!" In the daytime. So this
Listen.
pastor gets mad with me because I leave this area to go better myself. Darlene, that lady sent me 11 paragraphs. 11 paragraphs on Facebook Messenger, calling me the devil, telling me I was lying on God. I told her God sent me there. Now I'm
Y'all
leaving.
hear this, right? Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this?
Like
If you have had an experience like that, put a one in the chat. Put a
I
one in the
told
chat if you had that experience.
I told that lady, I said, yeah, God told me to come here, but he ain't have to tell me to stay here. God can give me permission to leave. The
Mhm.
same way I came, the Lord can say, I can. Number one, Jesus went a lot of places, right? But Jesus didn't stay a lot of places either. And a lot of people miss that point of his story. Jesus was constantly moving. He visited people and he left. He visited people and he left. He
Yes.
he did a miracle. He left some good news. He blessed some households. He raised the dead. He did what he did, and he left. You
Hallelujah.
understand? So why is it so strange that God sent people to you for a season and they leave? On top of the fact that, ma'am, this lady had drama in her church, and we was having church in her backyard, in her garage. Let's
Yep.
be clear,
There you go.
ma'am, we're in your garage. Please stop. Please, please. The Lord did not send me to start chaos in your garage. I need
Absolutely.
you to stop.
Absolutely. The chats is going crazy. Danny said number one, someone always trying to tell you what you should do and be in your life. The nerve. I was told I won't have the covering of God if I leave. Come on and be quiet. Sit down. Who are you? Like why you think that I just had this conversation. I don't know who I was talking to, but it's like the people who have the nerve to judge. But what does the Bible even say? Judge not so that you not judged. Or how can you pull a splinter out of my eye when you got a whole rafter in yours? Oh, I think that was my daughter. That's what it was, because it's some stuff happening in my family. And the people that it's happening to is the ones that been holding themselves in high esteem. And now they are getting some lessons about children and children's choices when they were all screaming at us about our children and our children's choices, like telling us things like, oh, your kids aren't invited, well, they can come but their boyfriends can't come, all kinds of crazy stuff, all that. Oh, being humbled is not the word. It is so bad. I can't even say it. I can't even say it, but it's crazy. Call me, call me on, call me on the line. But anywho, let me get through our last reading. Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy. I laughed about that a little bit too hard. Lord, forgive me. I know. They gonna learn. They gonna learn, God. I know they shouldn't have talked about me like that. They shouldn't have talked about my kids like that. I know, God. Thank you for. I accept. I ain't gonna laugh out loud. Baby, we growing up. We growing up all around. But for January 31st, it says embracing. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold. This is a lesson right here. Embracing joyful simplicities. And from the Woman's Home Companion, December 1935, it said, year by year, the complexities of the spinning of the world grow more bewildering. And so each year, we need all the more to seek peace and comfort in the joyful simplicities. It says, as we become curators of our own contentment on the simple abundance path, one of the great payoffs is that we start to seek peace and comfort in the joyful simplicities. Little things begin to mean a lot to us. Joyful simplicities nourish body, soul by engaging our senses. They teach us how to live in the present moment. Life comes together when we seek out the sublime and the ordinary. We all have days in our lives that are marked by great moments of rejoicing and celebration. The baby is born, the promotion comes through, the book contract is signed, but life is not an endless round of cake and champagne. There's a lot of drudgery to most of our days. Sheets to be changed, dry cleaning to pick up, garbage to put out. To keep our daily round from being all drudgery, we got to savor the art of the small, discovering diminutive delights that bring us peace and pleasure. In 1949, the British playwright J.B. Priestley gathered together such moments in a book of essays entitled Delight. Among his favorite, waking in the morning to the smell of coffee, eggs, and bacon, reading detective stories in bed, suddenly doing nothing in the middle of the day, buying books and enjoying the company instead of just tolerating small children. And it's a winter day. Can you make a pot of homemade soup for supper tonight? I relish the joyful simplicity once a week during the winter. Chopping, paring, and scraping are very calming activities. Really look at the colors of the vegetables, the orange of the carrots, the bright green of the celery, the pearly white onion. How you have a beautiful, still life in front of you. Don't rush through the process, but enjoy the mindfulness of the zen of cooking. Isn't the fragrance of the homemade soup wonderful? It makes you glad to be alive or at least at your own home for dinner. Don't you see how we have to seize the essence of life? We have to embrace every moment. People need joy quite as much as clothing. Some of them need it far more. Margaret Collier Graham wrote in 1906, today making discovery those joyful simplicities that bring you personal comfort and a sense of well-being one of your highest priorities. And then she wrote Joyful Simplicities for January. Write out the aspirations of your heart as you begin the simple abundance path. Serve a traditional New Year's Day dinner of hoppin' john, black eyed peas for luck, rice for health, collard greens for prosperity, baked ham and cornbread for delicious eating. I make a scrumptious winter salad of cooked black eyed peas, diced green and red peppers, and red onion dressed in French vinaigrette, which I serve at room temperature. Yep, not in my house, but in your house, that's probably pretty good. Go through your personal papers at home, organize your desk to get a fresh start on the new year, discard as much as you can, hang your new calendars. Try to make your personal space at home where you do your paperwork as inviting as possible. Visit a good stationery store or a very large bookstore. Search for a beautiful blank book to use as your gratitude journal. At the stationery store, you may also want to look for different color inks and pens. Visit an art supply shop and simply look around. Take in all the different ways you can begin to express yourself in vivid color on paper, canvas, and clay. Sound like fun? While you're there, pick up a couple of black bound artist sketchbooks to use for your illustrated discovery journal you're going to create. My favorite size is 8.5 by 11 inches lengthwise. Put up some acrylic magnet pictures frames to create gratitude collages. Listen, I was talking to Leslie yesterday, and I think half these things she's telling me, I have them. So I have decided that I'm going to use my platform and do an auction to serve the Healing House of Roses and to auction off all of these things. I have paint, I have coloring things and books and journals and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff. And so we're going to release those and serve the house at the same time. So look out for that in the next 24, 48 hours. I'm going to do my mastermind again going into February. So I'm going to do a flash sale for the mastermind. So anybody who is looking for that hot seat and the accountability and the throwing of the ideas against the wall of like-minded people who are there. Oh yes, the artist way. The artist way is today. Yeah. Well, guess what? We're still on chapter one. Because last week it was just me and Dr. Long. So we just used that time to catch up. So we are still on chapter one. So we will jump into the artist way today at 10 o'clock. But I promise you that as we leave January, take stock of the month. Um, if you have your law of attraction um, planner, open it up and do the review for the month. Do the review for the month and answer the questions. And then take those same questions and reverse engineer them for February. We left some things on the table. Let me not say we. I left some things on the table for January that I'm not leaving on the table for February. So I'm going to reverse engineer February so that February turns out a whole lot better than January. Good idea. Good idea. And if you're not familiar with the planner, come back tomorrow. And tomorrow I will read the review questions um, for the end of the month. And you can use it every single month. So I'm grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for all being here, attentive and ready to rock and roll because we're gonna do some things, and some things are being done, and I'm so grateful and excited for them. With that being said, does anybody have anything they'd like to add before we go? Niece, is always wonderful to see you. Show Liz. Les, I don't know that you'll be able to come today because it is they're expected. Well, I don't know. They lied last time, so I don't know. But they talking about this winter storm watch started since 1 a.m. this morning. But yes, so the artist way, niece, real quick, is this book by Julia Cameron. It is a 12-week study. We have already done the 12 weeks already, and it was life changing. So many things changed around in my life doing this week by week, helping you to identify all kinds of things. So we are on,
We're starting over.
yes, so we're starting over because it was so good. We started in September, the balance of last year.
Oh, I said it wrong. We're beginning again. We're not
Absolutely.
starting over.
Absolutely. So we are going through it again. Julia Cameron wrote this book over 30 years ago. It is one of those books that you keep in your arsenal, like Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, Rich Dad Poor Dad is one of those books that you keep and you keep revisiting until you get all of the lessons in it. So we're gonna come back to this to the Zoom room only, and we're gonna do chapter one. We finished the basic tools, but we're definitely going to do chapter one. So please, if you want, come back, join us at 10 o'clock for the look, it's jumping out my hand. Come on, come on. Got so much good information in it. So yeah. So in this week, so we're reading the book, and then one of the things we have to do is artist date. We have to, have one day a week that we do art. You do art all the time. You do art with your makeup videos, you do art with your fashion. So all of that is a part of it, but it is starting to be intentional about doing your art. So this is the artist way, and we'll be back to do that at 10 o'clock. With that being said, Dr. Long, will you please give us our blessing for this day?
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yay. I'm blessed going in.
I'm blessed going in.
I'm blessed coming out.
I'm blessed coming.
Blessed coming out.
I'm blessed in the city.
I'm blessed.
Blessed
Blessed
in the
in the
city.
I'm
city.
blessed in the field.
Blessed.
Blessed in the
Blessed in
field.
the field.
I am always in the right place at the right time
Always in
I'm
the
I'm
always
always
in
in
the
the
right
right
place
place
at the right
at the
time.
right time.
with the right people,
right
with
The
people.
the
right
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 people
people,
people.
doing the right thing
Doing the
doing
right.
the
Doing the
right
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 thing
thing
thing.
for the right reason.
for
For
the
the
right
for
right
reason.
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 And everything is in divine order, y'all.
And
Everything is
everything
in
is in
Everything
divine
is
divine
order.
in
order.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
Amen.
As
As
Jabez
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 said,
said,
says,
yes.
favor
bless
us
us
bless
Bless us
us
indeed.
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 Expand our territory.
Expand
Expand
our
Expand
our
territory.
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 Extend an open hand of favor to us
Finish.
Extend
Extend
an
an
open
Extend
open
hand of
hand of
favor
open
to
favor
favor
us
to
to us.
us
that we may do no harm.
that
We
we
may
That
we
may
we
may
may
do
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 no
no
Do
harm.
harm,
no harm.
And we let go and let God.
and we
and
let
we
and we
let
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 go
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 Let
and
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 let
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 God.
God,
God.
God.
Then we go with the flow
and go with
And
the
we
and we
Go
go
with the
with
go
the
with the
flow
flow.
flow
and let the blessings and the money roll in
and let
And
the
let
let
and
the
the
let the
favor
blessings and
blessings
the
and the
and the
money
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 roll in
from the north,
roll in
south,
roll in
east, and west,
north,
from
south,
the
from the
north,
north,
south,
North,
east,
south,
and
south,
east,
west,
and
east, and
west,
west.
from above and beneath,
above
From
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 and
above
above
and
above
beneath,
and
and
beneath,
beneath.
from known and unknown sources.
from
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 known
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 and
known
and
and
unknown.
unknown
unknown
sources.
sources.
sources. Beautiful.
Tell us about our money.
we have supernatural, unlimited money, sowing supernatural, unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance, so we never run out.
We run out.
Never run
Never
out.
Run out,
run
We always have more than enough.
We
We
Always
always
always have
have
more than enough.
more than enough.
More than enough to do anything our heart desires.
more than enough.
more
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 than
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 enough
enough
to
enough
to
to
do
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 anything
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 our
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 hearts
heart
hearts
desire.
desire.
desires.
Desire.
More than enough to do anything God puts on our hearts to do for others.
More than
More than
More
enough
enough
than
to
to
that
do
the
do what
our
anything
God
hearts
In
God
our
to
heart
puts
do
on
for
our
desire.
hearts
others.
to
Love
do
to
for
do
others.
for
We got
others.
money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep.
We have
money to
money to
spend,
spend,
Spend
money to
money to
money to
lend,
lend,
lend
and
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 money to
money to
money
keep.
to
keep.
keep.
And we break off a part of that kept money and put it back in the ground for the next crop. Because our bank is in heaven
Heaven,
Heaven.
heaven,
Heaven,
heaven.
heaven.
and we're the branch bank. So we're the spout where the money's coming out. We don't have to search
Yes,
for it. We're money. We're it. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes, yes, and yes.
yes.
Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. For those of you who are coming back for the Artist Way at 10 o'clock, I will see you there. If you are in the social media spaces and want to come to the Artist Way, by all means, send me a direct message and I will send you an invite. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you later. Bye for now.
I love you.